Hello, Professor. Discussion discussion question number 3: radical feminism. In my opinion, it's pretty nice to have an overview of this through a black woman's perspective and a Jewish woman's perspective. That it shows how unique and different the black culture in America and the Jewish culture is in America. First we'll go over uh, what is her name? Audre Lorde. Audre Lorde talked about black painless observation about effects of relative powerlessness and the difference of relation between black women and men from white women and men. And that white women and white men are able to benefit from one another, and white women throughout history were able to benefit from the success of white man. Think about it. The white guy had slaves and were rich off the slavery back, and the woman, all she had to do was sit in the house and be married. She had to deal with sexist comments and stuff, but most of her tasks were given to slaves, house slaves, to do house chores. It's a pretty good gig. And then now let's talk about women of today are still being called upon to stretch across the gap of male ignorance. I believe many men don't understand the privilege they have in society when it comes to women. I've seen that. I think it goes to show that you don't really see it unless you live by it. That many men, I see that sometimes we're still segregated to this day. You have black communities and you have white communities, and there's still towns in America where it's all white, where it's Sundown's town, and so they don't really see black people, and it's further when you go down south. I talked about I'm half black, half Italian. I see there's always been a struggle with race being mixed. Comments from white people, comment from black people, and that they hate to see two people of the opposite race be in love with each other, because it shows that we're not that different, that we all bleed red, and even though we have different cultures, we're all Americans at the end of the day. Then let's talk about Firestone. Firestone was a crazy read and a crazy rabbit hole I found myself going through. She had a great world background, 2 loving parents, stayed together with each other throughout their lives. I learned through a wiki that her parents were still with each other, and they flew back to Israel and lived with each other until they died. Her brother molested her or attacked her when she was a child, and then he killed himself. Alright, so Firestone, what does she believe in? She believes in that the nuclear family is a burden, that everyone should either not have kids, and if they do have kids, it should be a community of people raising them instead of a dual household, 2 parents raising a child, because the woman is being oppressed in that relationship. And I think that if you look at relationships where it's only a woman, it's more oppressing, because she doesn't have a man to defend herself, to hold her, to be able to protect her and have that providing. She had parents that seemed well off enough that I believe she went to private school, and they were able to have well jobs. Her sister was in archaeology. These are opportunities that aren't offered to black people, I feel as though. So I just wanted to highlight that and talk about that with her. And then, what was my other statement? And that, reading through Firestone, it feels as though she kind of predicted the future. I don't know how, with the hookup culture today, and that we have today focused so much on relationship instead of having friendships and like building bonds with each other. Whereas like everyone going to clubs, trying to meet new people to have new relationships instead of finding one person, have that one person, have friends, go bowling, go that. They'd rather just have different partners and go to clubs. And so I think that as a society, it doesn't really benefit us. All it does is cause more chaos, because if you don't have someone at home to go to at night, you probably would act more reckless than if you know, oh, I have a wife and kid back at home, I gotta make it back home. If it's, oh, I'm only living for myself, you don't really care. And it was really sad. I found out that she died alone, and she was diagnosed with schizophrenia. I thought that was really weird. That was I feel bad for her condition, and that I think she would have been a lot happier if she just had someone in her life that was closer with her, because she died of starvation. That's what I read. So it's very sad, her story ending. I didn't research Lorde as much, but all in all, these were very good books to read. Thank you.